Have you ever wondered how a single moment, a smile, or even a hug can change someone's life forever? In a small-town bakery where the scent of fresh bread fills the air, fate brings a lonely baker and a curious teacher together. And just like that, a love story begins, one that touches the heart and changes everything. In the heart of a small, picturesque town nestled between rolling hills and a sparkling river, there lived a young man named Jack. Jack was no ordinary baker. His hands worked magic with dough, turning it into golden loaves and sweet treats that brought smiles to everyone who tasted them. His bakery, Jack's Oven, was the town's pride, a cozy little place with the scent of fresh bread wafting through the air. Jack was kind and humble, known for his hearty laugh and the twinkle in his eye. Yet for all his joy, there was a quiet loneliness in his heart. His days were full of customers and compliments, but his evenings were quiet, spent watching the sunset from the bakery window, wondering if there was more to life. One crisp autumn day, change blew into town along with the swirling golden leaves. A young woman named Emma arrived, pulling a small suitcase and clutching a book to her chest. She had moved to teach at the town's primary school, leaving behind the bustling city to find peace and purpose in this charming village. Emma had a curious soul, an infectious laugh, and a love for all things simple. Long walks by the river, quiet evenings with a novel, and exploring places she'd never been before. On her first week in town, Emma noticed the little bakery on Maple Street. Each day she walked past it, catching the sweet aroma that spilled onto the sidewalk. Something about the place felt warm and inviting. One sunny afternoon, unable to resist her curiosity, she decided to step inside. The soft jingle of the bell announced her arrival. Jack, busy kneading dough, looked up. For a moment, he froze. Standing before him was a woman with the brightest smile he had ever seen. Her auburn hair caught the light streaming through the windows, and her eyes sparkled with curiosity. "Hi," Emma said, breaking the silence. "Everything smells so amazing in here. I couldn't walk by without coming in." Jack quickly wiped his hands on his apron and grinned. "Welcome! Would you like to try something fresh out of the oven?" Emma nodded, and Jack handed her a warm chocolate chip cookie. As she took a bite, her face lit up. "This is the best cookie I've ever had," she exclaimed. Jack chuckled, his heart lifting. "I'm glad you like it. Let me know if you'd like to try anything else. Everything here is made with love." From that day on, Emma became a regular visitor. At first, she came for the pastries, but soon it became clear she enjoyed Jack's company just as much. They talked about everything: Emma's students, Jack's recipes, their favorite books, and the dreams they carried in their hearts. One rainy afternoon, Emma found herself lingering longer than usual. The bakery was quiet, and Jack was experimenting with a new recipe. As she watched him work, she noticed the care he put into every detail. It wasn't just bread and pastries he was creating, it was joy, warmth, and comfort. "Jack," Emma said softly, "do you ever think about what makes people happy? You seem to have figured it out." Jack paused, looking up at her. "I think it's the little things," he replied. "Like a warm cookie on a cold day, or a kind word when someone needs it. It's not about doing big things, it's about doing small things with love." Emma smiled. "I think that's the most beautiful thing I've ever heard." As the weeks turned into months, their bond grew stronger. Jack began creating special recipes inspired by Emma, lemon tarts because they reminded him of her bright personality, and cinnamon rolls because she once mentioned they were her comfort food. In return, Emma brought Jack her favorite books, filling his evenings with stories that opened his mind to new adventures. One snowy evening, as the town prepared for the holiday season, Jack decided to confess his feelings. He'd been nervous all day, practicing what he would say. When Emma arrived at the bakery, the smell of spiced cider filled the air, and a small candlelit table awaited her in the corner. "What's this?" Emma asked, surprised. "Just a little thank you for being my favorite customer," Jack said with a smile. As they sat down, Jack's heart raced. Finally, he gathered his courage and spoke. "Emma, you've brought so much light into my life. I've never met anyone like you, and I don't want to let another day go by without telling you. I'm falling in love with you." Emma's cheeks turned pink, and her eyes softened. "Jack," she said, reaching across the table to hold his hand. "I felt the same way for so long. You've made this town feel like home for me." From that moment, their love story blossomed. Together, they built a life filled with laughter, shared dreams, and endless support. Emma often helped Jack in the bakery, her touch adding new magic to his creations. And Jack, inspired by Emma, found new ways to bring joy to the town. In that small corner of the world, their love became a story that everyone cherished, a tale of how a chance meeting over a cookie turned two lives into one beautiful journey.